1951 it was. I saw all the Major League Baseball, back in those days, there wasn't anybody in Denver or Los Angeles, San Francisco. No, all the teams were in the East, and they didn't travel. Mostly they traveled by train or bus. And the Philadelphia Athletics, who were managed by Connie Mack. Connie Mack, I'm not making this up, it was his last year as the manager, and he was turning the reins over. He was 90 years old. Connie Mack had played Major League Baseball as a catcher at the end of the Civil War in 1865. Connie Mack was playing big league ball. So, nice history lesson thing about Connie. There he was, and they had a pretty good team. They didn't have much. Little Bobby Shantz was their best pitcher. They didn't call everybody little because they were under 5'6" or something. And who else made that? Eddie Juiced was the shortstop. I remember that. But it goes on the Philadelphia Phillies now. They had just won the National League pennant. If I'm not mistaken, they went to the World Series as a National League champs. I'm not sure if they won or not the series, but they were good. Richie Ashburn, who was an announcer for the Phillies for a long time, was playing center field. Robin Roberts, Hall of Famer, another Hall of Famer, was pitching for him from the right side. Kurt Simmons, another great pitcher, was from the left side. They were good. And anyhow, I like to announce that first game of the World Series is tonight. Oh, that's right. Of the National League Championship Series. That's right. I was thinking ahead of myself.
That's all right. They're going to be in there.
Yeah, they're going to make it.
Well, maybe. Who knows? Teams are good. We snuck by the Phillies to get in there. But anyhow, yeah, you're ready to go, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. Well, I was having a pretty good time. Well, maybe I'll introduce that. I recognize.
Less is more.
That's right.
How's that little decision again?
She just made another small decision. Let me introduce this bunch back behind me here. This is they're picking a guitar today. Is a great piano player and a harmonica player and a minister. Tell them about your church, Brian.
I pastor First Church of Columbia Furnace in Edinburgh, Virginia.
That's right. And so we're back here. And on the fiddle, that's Anthony Van Pelt, the Reverend Anthony Van Pelt. Where are you preaching?
Cross Keys Worship Center, 10 a.m. services, Mount Crawford, Virginia.
Yeah. And Lisa Meadows has a little thing she does here.
Yep. Tomorrow morning out here at the pavilion at 10:30 a.m. Hope to see you there.
Yeah. We got it covered. Jim Moore's here with us. And back here is the leader of our band there on that playing that bass thing. We were looking for a bass player. So I play bass. I play bass. So great. We hired him. It turned out he had played second bass for a bass down here in the Stanley Sweatshop down there. But that's Robbie Meadows, the leader of our band, proprietor of the recording studio back here. And joining us today, Monsieur, direct from where is it? Stanton. They're in all those other places. Stanton, which Yankees call Staunton, but it's Stanton, home of birthplace of Woodrow Wilson, the president, and the home of the Stanton. But he lives down there, and he ain't taking second spot to nobody. That's the great William Hayes. Huh? We got a drummer here? I ain't never looked back there before. That man's a legend. He is, because well, it's true. He was a national story about him when he was a little boy. There was a big family came down on a Skyline Drive. It's back in the 50s, I think, early 50s, in there somewhere. And they had about 12 kids. They were from Youngstown, and they got all the kids getting ready to go back home up there. And everybody got in there, and they were all busy and everything. And then they drove, and they got up towards where was it in Pennsylvania? Washington, PA. They were headed to Youngstown, and they looked around, counted up in the car, and there were one short. Little Kevin was missing. Oh, so there became, the alarm went out. All the rangers from all over the country came up here, volunteer fire departments. They searched and searched, and there was a national story on the radio about little Kevin, and but they couldn't find him. So everybody assumed the worst until a few years later. It was in the, I think in the late 70s, long about then, a park ranger came across little Kevin. And there were all these bears there, and he was in amongst them, and he was as happy as he could be. And it was a wonderful reunion. The bears had taught him how to play the drums. And so it was a heartwarming. You're still working on that book, aren't you? But that scratching stuff starts to get challenging. And do not get around him with any honey. That's
Golly, no.
You put that away.
But that's Cooter's Garage Band. This is Miss Allen. I hope I have to sing this song. Just a good old